Greetings to everyone, and today I decided to show you a quite recent digital drawing of mine. It's actually a wizard from a story that I'm writing. His name is Severus. He's the main character, and I've been working on some of the smaller details quite recently, like adding some special effects like ice and clouds and all that stuff. The first thing I tried to do was I just put in the main. I did a drawing on the paper first of the wizard. I used Jeff Bridges as the face of the character. I based it off his face, and then I just put it into the Procreate app, and I started outlining it. It took me some time to do that. It wasn't that challenging. I did have some corrections, and of course, I changed up some things at some point. But generally speaking, everything remained the same. After laying down the ink drawing initially from the pencil drawing, I put in the face, the beard, the hat, all that stuff, the clothes, the cloak, like the mantle, pretty much, the stuff, the book. That's kind of it. And then what I started doing is I used a color picker, and I started throwing in the colors and to see what actually matches well overall. And later on, actually, before I did the coloring though, I started working on the face. I used a couple of Procreate brushes, and I just generally try to get the right shape of the face first, with all the shading and all of these different colors, skin colors, the tones, browns, peaches, oranges, a little bit of orange as well, highlights and all that stuff for the eyebrows as well. I was doing the hair, the beard. The beard I started in the main layer, and then I started doing strands of hairs on the beard, which is quite difficult, I think. That's pretty much it for that. And then I moved on to coloring. I used the color picker, just like I said before, to drop it physically into the drawing, and to see what matches. Generally, what looks good on the character. And because the theme for this is I theme, so Severus pretty much, he has a family crest on his sash and on his robes. So that's just his, because that's like one of his character traits, if you will. And of course he has like an ice staff, he has like a magic book, he has like tons of bags, pouches, potions, all that stuff, obviously. And as you can see from later on in the video, I actually dropped in a brown color onto the face to kind of change the overall color of the face and the beard, to make it kind of like, I guess more contrasting in some ways. And then of course in the end I started to add special effects, ice crystals, clouds, cloth shading, stuff like that, like shadows from the creases on the cloth. Not very detailed, but I was adding texture to the cloth, to the gloves, to the belt, to everything else. texture also to the what are they called? Yeah, well, pretty much to the potions themselves as well. The smaller ones, the round one, the ones on the belt on the chest as well. Added some small effects to that. Some fires, and just make this kind of like general effect, like, you know, like there's kind of like a vapor coming from him. So I used ice crystals for that specifically, and some clouds, some cloud brushes. Yeah, and pretty much it does look okay, surprisingly, because this is my first time creating a full-fledged character. But the thing is that it could be improved, of course, definitely. But I think I did a pretty good job. So I hope you do like watching the whole process, because it's a pretty long video. Of course I'm going to speed it up. This is a sped up version. I think the whole thing is like 8 minutes. I'm not sure if everyone would want to sit through the whole 8 minutes of it. It's quite a lot of drawing. Yeah, but I think if you like, maybe you can subscribe and just give it a thumbs up, maybe. And yeah, well, that's pretty much it.